या और आगे ले रहे हैं? ठीक है, I'll send it. You'll send it. Unlisted ही किया है ना? And broadcast online as well, and we'll interact here also. So come have a seat. थोड़ा lag है, that's all right. ठीक है, all right. So let's start. Just a quick introduction about myself. I'm Dr. Rajni Patil. You've attended for the first time. You've come before for the posture one, I believe. So thank you for being here. Thank you everyone who's joining online today. So today's topic, we are talking about running, and I have a lot of experience treating runners. It happens to be the sport that I am passionate about. So I run a little bit, but I enjoy treating runners more. I'm blessed to be in Shivaji Park, where a lot of running crowd is there and a lot of space to run also. I'm a spine and sports physio. I have about 23 plus years of experience. My first 10 years were in the US, where I was part of an ortho practice, which was more sports geared. So, which is where my experience started. I specialize in spine as well as sports. And sports, cycling, and running tend to be my passion points. I do a lot of these workshops, especially for runners, but general workshops also I take. These are awareness sessions for you to, I believe that no knowledge goes waste. Whatever little bit, even from today's session, if there are 2 pointers, just take it in the back or here. If there are even 2, 3 things that you learn from today's session, I think it will be a successful one. Okay. What are we going to discuss today? We are going to take up. So I have a presentation for you guys. I will be taking you through that because sometimes pictures also help, right? Understanding a little bit anatomy, understanding running biomechanics helps, and I'll make it as easy to understand for you as possible. So that's what we'll do first, and then we'll take up single injuries. And then my plan is to give you exercises for each of those injuries. For example, if you have knee pain, I can show you, okay, why don't you do 2 or 3 of these exercises? And I think that these will help you overcome your knee pain. Now, depending on how long you've had the problem, how long you've had the injury, sometimes things get better very quickly with small things. Sometimes it takes some time. Or it needs like an expert opinion on that. But at least some key things you can learn from today, right? So that's the plan. Little bit of recovery I'm going to talk about because I feel that runners love to run. Obviously, you love to run, but you may not build the foundation for running. What is the foundation for running? Strong core. What else? Strong glutes, absolutely. Gait analysis, yes, just to know your good and bad. Like what are your deficits as a runner? What is your strong points as a runner? What else? Warm up and cool down. That sometimes is missing or maybe not very always missing. Always missing. So that definitely. What about foam rolling? Missing or missing? Largely missing. You do? Okay, 1%. Very good. Okay, super. So, recovery. I feel recovery is something that runners totally forget about. Okay, so that foundation I would like to speak to you about. So that's what we'll do, right? Ketan, able to hear properly? The session is clear? Okay. Okay, now you can see my slide, all of you. Now, your goal as a runner is what? Why do you run? Just quickly, to be fit. Runner's eye. What else? Cardio. For the fun of running, yes, absolutely. Once you get hooked on it, then it's tough. Now, then you can't do anything else. It's the toughest to treat. Amol, come. Give him a mat here or something. हाँ इधर है ना mat. Amol, you grab that one. For the fun of running, the easiest to treat for me is our runners, but also the hardest to treat if the injury is bad because I can't tell a runner not to stop running. I have to use all my skills in order to let them continue to run while taking care of that injury. अगर रनर को बोला कि नहीं खाली स्ट्रेंथ ट्रेनिंग करो या खाली वॉक करो, वॉक रनर वॉक कैसे कर सकता है, ऐसा है. सो हाँ हाँ, you can't go backwards ना. I know. All right. So yes, so mileage, speed, fun, stay fit, socialize. How many of you are doing it to socialize?
That is the side benefit of
I am kind of recently started.
Yeah, you're with Explore Runners.
18 के खुद से नहीं होता है, but ग्रुप के साथ 18
हो जाता है, हो जाता है. For some reason, there is something about that group, na? And also it builds your social circle. It motivates you. The good and bad about being a part of a group. The good is that, of course, you get all this motivation. There's a lot of, good positive hormones that are also flowing when you're running with a group. But the bad is everybody thinks कि उसका शू मेरे लिए सही है, वो ऐसे भाग रहा है तो मुझे भी ऐसे भागना चाहिए. किसी को इंजरी है तो वही सेम इंजरी मुझे भी, अरे बाप रे मैं सेम वही करूंगा जो वो कर रहा है. So this little bit, and I feel that seasoned runners become an expert on injuries, ना वो भी होता है. You know some of those, right? If you are one of those, tell me also. So I won't pick on you. But seasoned runners think they've seen all the injuries under the belt, so then they start giving advice, which could be good, which could be bad, right? So, okay. Your goal is that. What is my goal? My goal as a sports physio is to make sure that you keep running with maximum efficiency and without getting injured. Okay, now if you are doing anything, whether you're running, you're cycling, you're walking, you're doing Zumba, injuries are part of it. Okay, please remember that. It's not such a big thing कि injury हो गया. Injury can just mean कि pain है. कहीं pain आया है. What you do with that is important. How quickly you take steps is important. So it is a part and parcel of your life. It's going to be a part and parcel of your life, but we will break it down into what can you do abhi in order to prevent it or to make it go away, to manage it. Just quickly tell me any injuries right now that you have. Ankle pain. Achilles tendonitis. Same. Knee.
knee.
The problem, I don't know what it's called.
That's, you are so lucky if you don't know the names. Oh God, baap re.
I don't like knee problem. I have flat feet, so it could be.
Could be because of that, yes.
Knee problem and lower back.
Knee and low back can be connected.
Lower back and calf.
Calf.
While running.
Both knees. Yours so we were planning to anyway. Okay, so this is a very highly motivated group. इसलिए बाकी सब नहीं आए लगता है, उनको इंजरी इतना बॉर्डर नहीं कर रहा होगा. So anyway, we will talk about all of that. So we've heard some injuries. These are the most common ones. ITB also is very common. Luckily, none of you have that. Okay. I will come to that. It's all in my slides. I will describe, I will explain those to you, because it is important to understand what the injury is and how it develops. All right, quickly look at my slide there. This is your running cycle very quickly. If you see, our 1 foot is on the ground for a split second with your full body weight on it. Can you appreciate that? Okay. Now, what does that mean? It means that if your running posture is not ideal, then you are going to cause uneven load on the knee or the ankle or the foot. What else does that mean? If your core is not strong, your foot is small, na? Foot में कितने small muscles है, and the muscles are small, the bones are small. What are the big muscles of the body? Quad, glutes, core. So core means what? Back and glutes, correct? Abs and glutes. So think about the core like that. So don't say that glutes is a separate part. It's a part of the core itself. So if your glutes, if your core is not strong, then you are going to unevenly load the leg. Just side pe, and in fact, if your right side of the core is weak, you're going to unevenly load the left side. Okay, so it works like that. So that's what I wanted to point out, that you make sure that your core is strong and your posture is good. Only then you will be able to efficiently go from that single leg stance onto the other foot. Yes.
What is not just
Not just the abs.
the entire body wants to
Yes,
work like that.
yes, yes. I teach a lot of core stuff for that reason.
So it's a back type thing that covers.
Yes, so lower back, abs, glutes, and outer thigh.
It's all
All is part of core. Yes. Um, if you think about the corset, you know, European women used to wear like a low corset यहाँ से यहाँ तक. If you can imagine that, that whole midsection of our body is the core. There are about 33 muscles there. Okay, that's the cycle. Now, if you look at the muscles that primarily get used, if you are an efficient runner, you are using your glute first and then your quad, your thigh. Okay, if you are an inefficient runner, you are using your calf and then your quad. Okay, so pay attention to what is getting sore after your runs. Everybody with knee pain, it's possible that you're overloading your thigh. Okay. And it all stems from, so I can make a example of every injury arising from a weak glute. So every runner who comes in here, one time teaching them foam rolling, but the other thing we are doing is checking their glute strength. Almost everybody is not able to activate the glute, and we will do that today a little bit. It takes time to activate the glutes. Okay, and if you're not able to activate at will, running में क्या हो रहा है? बिल्कुल भी activate नहीं हो रहा है, कुछ नहीं हो रहा है. So then you're running glute deficient, which is very dangerous way to run. Okay. Now these are the injuries that we will be talking about. Runner's knee tops the chart. Runner's knee is basically pain right on the top of the knee here, in front of the knee. Okay, that's one. Shin splints is second. Shin splints is basically pain here in front of the shin. Okay, it's on the bone. Bone या muscle आगे का यहाँ. Okay, that's shin splints. ITB syndrome is iliotibial band syndrome. This is this area here. If it gets taut, you can have pain on the outer side of the knee. So this. So when you say knee pain, it can mean this or it can mean this. Medial pain also can happen, but most runners tend to have anterior pain or side pain. Okay, if it is side, तो ये ITB है. It's not runner's knee. Achilles tendonitis, that is basically pain on the back of the heel. Okay, plantar fasciitis is pain on the bottom of the heel के नीचे. There. हाँ, so plantar fasciitis is that. पीछे होगा heel के, तो that's Achilles. Okay, and stress fracture is the last one, but it does happen. Recently, I've had somebody who he had an exam, whatever, physical to give, and he was started running, new runner, and जोश में every single day 5K कर लिया. Shin splint, sorry, stress fracture. Okay, so you have to know overtraining is one of the biggest things that happen, especially when you first start. एक बार थोड़ा रनिंग मॉडरेट रनर हो गए उसके बाद यू नो हाउ टू पेस योरसेल्फ. ठीक है, अभी आई कैन स्लो इट डाउन, बट स्टार्टिंग में दैट जोश में बहुत गड़बड़ होता है. अमोल, दिस इज फॉर यू. No, but he has a good coach, so he's fine. Injury patterns.
Sometimes this area also fails.
Okay, so that can only be, so there are many reasons for it. Unless I check, it's hard to say. It could be a muscular imbalance going on, but it could also be incorrect shoes. So for runners, very, very critical to know your foot type, and according to that you buy your shoe type. Okay, because if उसमें अगर गड़बड़ हुआ ना, तो then sooner or later the injury is going to come. Something is going to happen. So whether you are an overpronated foot, whether you're a neutral foot, whether you're supinated, based on that your shoe recommendation should come. That's what I call gait analysis. Gait analysis is a process to do that. It's an hour assessment where we take you through, do all the tests, manual muscle testing, functional movements, flexibility, agility, all that we are checking, and we are checking your foot type to make sure the shoes recommendations come to you. Okay, so that's, if you've never done it before, I would highly recommend that, especially because you already have an injury. Ketan?
A lot of people buy shoes online.
Oh yeah, of
Even
course,
though
it's
they
a
are
huge.
good type, but those could be old stocks which may not have that kind of firmness that a shoe
Correct.
gets. The bounce is stable, the bounce it gets it gets out of packing speed. Correct. That happens every year.
So online, you should be scared if the shoe is on a major discount. What does that mean कि old stock है इसको निकाल रहे हैं ये लोग. Okay.
It's like a food that it gets also.
So shoes expire in 2 years. If they have never been used, 2 years में shoes expire हो जाते हैं. So कबर्ड में पड़ा है 2 साल 3 साल उसके बाद निकाल के use किया, definite injury. Okay, wrong. If you are using a shoe 1 year or 600 kilometers is your lifespan of the shoe.
This the shoes that you're using, this mileage is, I mean, irrespective of what type of shoe brand, or it's like just a general.
Does not matter.
So 600 is what you have to calculate out.
Or 1 year, whatever comes first. It depends on how much mileage you're putting, na. So I know runners who अभी comrades ये सब ultras कर रहे हैं. Every 3 months new shoe. Every 3 months new shoe. Yeah, they actually run with 2 shoes simultaneously. One shoe. And sometimes बीच में वो fad था 2 अलग shoe पहनने का. हाँ.
अलग करके दो shoe देते हैं.
हाँ.
A pair of two
Two different
different.
shoes. Yes. So
Just shoes remaining for 2 years in a cupboard can be expired.
because the material inside, the weather plays on it. So the science of the shoe, that also I can do a whole workshop on. Running shoe पे workshop हो सकता है. But the midsole, it's called, that has material that breaks down over time. Okay, so and that's the one that's giving you the buffer. Running shoes are made for concrete roads. Okay, अगर barefoot run कर रहे हो और अगर shoe में run कर रहे हो फर्क है ना, impact कम है ना, मतलब the forces, ground reaction forces are getting absorbed by the shoes. But अगर वो बैठा है, it's expired, then it's not doing that. Then you might as well run barefoot. It's like that.
Asics also has some kind of a gait analysis.
So that is a gait which looks at only the foot type. A gait analysis that I do looks at everything as a runner. Your running form, your muscle strength, that only a physio can do, na? A sports physio can do. So if you go to Asics or even Brooks, I think does that. अगर कुछ नहीं किया तो वो तो करना ही चाहिए. But Asics will tell you only मेरा ये वाला shoe in my brand, ना? They will not tell you.
They sell it to those who are not even private. Then also they sell it.
हाँ तो वो तो होगा ही ना. अभी their interest is what?
To sell it.
And they will have a commission on अभी जो brand latest जो shoe आया है उस पे they will have a commission. So they will try to push that shoe on you, which could be wrong for you. I'm not saying Asics does that, huh? हाँ पर होता है. That's a loaded sentence. Asics shoes are good, yes, but for whom? Not for everybody. Okay, so I generally suggest Asics shoes to a new runner or a really broad forefoot जिसका है उसके लिए, या heavy set runner. These are heavy set, like a little bit on the overweight side. इनके लिए this is ideal.
I'm just going to ask, I mean, there are so many brands.
How do you pick?
Yeah, there is a, like, having an anti-vapor like Dream. So, but what's the right brand for me? Is it like
That is determined by the gait analysis, because it's not just your foot type, it's also the everything else, na? So there's that only by assessment you can actually do that.
Your formation is always different. And they
Different.
They give one standardized. Then how can it fit?
हाँ, so now if you are overpronated, ऐसा भी होता है कि one foot is overpronated and the other foot is not. You have to correct the overpronated foot. The other foot, neutral foot, will adjust. Okay, but so that's why I'm saying different shoes have different stability levels. The arch support सब में अलग है. वो you will not know ना which one to pick, but I will know. So in Nikes also if there are 8 shoes available, which shoe to give you based on the assessment I will know, because सबका cushioning भी अलग है और सबका arch height भी अलग है. पर ऐसा होता है कभी कभी कि if 2 feet are completely different, so one is completely flat and the other one is fully supinated, ऐसे लोगों को मुझे insoles देना पड़ता है, or if the injury is bad and it's not recovering, then I have to give them insoles. Neutral shoe में insoles. That we also do insoles here. Silicone insoles don't work. You'll show our insoles. Silicone insoles don't work. They don't work. They don't correct anything. Not necessarily customized. They can be over the counter, but it needs to be a good brand. The only brand that I keep now is Talar made. So I check, and according to me, there are 3-4 different types. So according to that, I suggest which insole is right. ये दिखा दो, खोल के just show everybody. हाँ, see, and ये अगर कड़क नहीं होगा ना बीच का पार्ट, तो it's not doing anything. Silicone is soft. It hurts because it's new to you. And again, if you're a rigid flat foot, then you may not need also. So again, we can do the assessment and figure that for you. Okay, now this is a list of why injuries happen in the first place. I want you to look at yourself and look at the PPT and tell me, look at the slide and tell me which one is your problem. People doing online also, please look at the slides. Tell me. बोलो 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 बोलो. Almost all. सब गलती कर रहे हो.
It's like cyclic, probably in phases. कि ये over कर लिया, फिर गलती है समझ लिया, and we move on to other one. So currently, I think hydration is one thing that I'm.
You're making a mistake on. बाकी सब हो रहा है बराबर.
Mostly imbalance of muscles and hydration of over drinking or
Under drinking. ओवर ड्रिंकिंग इंडिया में हो ही नहीं सकता है. ये रिसर्च विल शो यू, बट दिस इज ग्लोबल ना. अभी ठंडी है जगह, I mean those countries will get, nobody is under drinking, sorry, over drinking, everybody is under drinking. What else? Everything on the list, everything on the list. Huh? Of course.
less more, but almost.
Oh, which one? अच्छा, ओके. शूज कोई बोला नहीं, शूज पता ही नहीं है तुम लोग को सही है कि गलत है ना. हाँ, सबका ही शू गलत निकालो तो सबका ही शू गलत निकलेगा. That's why you are here, to break that bliss.
Very frankly, I have done the foot analysis. They had made, but it was very weird for me.
What?
I removed that.
It may or may not be correct, na? Because at the end of the day, they are salespeople. They are not. They are trained to do this.
So I've made it personally.
At the shoe place, na?
No.
अच्छा, with the physio. अच्छा, तो वो कभी-कभी I don't know that. मुझसे नहीं हुआ ना?
No.
Pretty.
So are these like have to be like, I mean, mostly, what is the percentage of people who you normally recommend to use?
For runners?
Or I mean, how, just as a percentage or a probability?
So if out of 10 runners that I evaluate, about 2 तो need insoles. क्योंकि या तो इंजरी बहुत बुरा होगा या फ्लैट फुट है और बहुत साल से गलत शू में रन कर रहे हैं. तो फॉर दैट इनिशियल 1 year I need to correct that, and then it's okay for them to start running in a shoe. Okay, what about this one? Don't ignore pain, no gain. कितने टाइम से you had this injury? 1.5 years.
Slight pain is also one of the injury. Slight pain.
Pain that is repeatedly there, that keeps coming. So आज पेन, रनिंग के वक्त पेन आया, रनिंग के बाद पेन चला गया, नेक्स्ट टाइम रन किया पेन नहीं आया, दैट इज नॉट अ रनिंग इंजुरी. इट हैज टू बी कंसिस्टेंटली ऑलमोस्ट एवरी टाइम यू रन, और रनर्स विल से कि फर्स्ट 5 kilometers में कुछ नहीं होता है, उसके बाद पेन चालू होता है. consistently.
After 30 days, 50 उससे उल्टा भी होता है.
हाँ स्टार्टिंग में पेन है.
First
That I'll tell you why.
warm up. I got it. First,
Yes.
और
But that is a easier problem to solve ना. Warm up कर लो खत्म हो गया problem.
or probably overthinking in a way कि I might have pain, but it's not so severe that I cannot run at all. I mean, is this too extreme or?
That can be, yeah, I know runners who have quit. ऐसा कम होता है लेकिन
Okay.
because runners are motivated to run. अगर running नहीं हो रहा है then they quit पहले से. पर अगर इंजरी हो गया ऐसा भी होता है कि स्मॉल इंजरी है they get scared अरे मुझे आर्थराइटिस हो जाएगा नी में होता है स्पेशली ये नी पेन चालू होता है then runners quit. They say नहीं I don't want to take stress, I'll do cycling instead or I'll do walking instead. ऐसा भी होता है but that degree is less. Majority of the people have injuries, runners, and they are ignoring the pain. Hi. Ignoring the pain and living with the injury till it becomes a full blown injury. Till वो pain कहीं और चला जाए. Back and knee. One knee से दूसरा knee. Foot से hip. So these are all connections that happen. So the longer you have the injury, you are actually causing muscular imbalances to grow, and it's setting the stage for another injury to come. So hence addressing them quickly. Okay, so now what should you do? You know what you're not doing. What should you do? Injury warning sign. You know what it is. Pain आया, consistently pain आया. That's a sign. Now the red flag is if running में तो pain है ही, but afterwards also when I'm walking, when I'm taking steps, उठते बैठते I'm having pain. That's a red sign, red flag. That immediately needs attention. Need to see a professional. Okay. Listening to your body. That's why pain है. ऐसा हाँ. This has happened. I think last TMM or something. This guy had pain on the shins. दोनों shin में pain था. And he was advised not to run. Don't run TMM. Tearing हुआ नहीं था, pain था. Went and ran TMM. At the end of it, both absolute fractures, not stress fracture, proper fracture both shin. Next 6 months गया. Okay, so this is what not listening to the body ना. अगर pain है at certain kilometers, slow down, walk. Your timing is important, but it's not more important than your health ना. So those little things you have to pay attention. Especially races तो ठीक है, right? You need to finish a race, marathon है finish करना है ठीक है. But training में you have to pay attention to what's happening in your body. कि breathing proper नहीं हो रहा है. There are people who get dizziness, but they still will continue to run. Why? तुम खा रहे हो क्या पहले बराबर? Pay attention to that. Get some advice. Get some proper advice. मतलब not जनता. Invest in strong core and glutes. I cannot say this enough. Every runner has deficient glutes. Okay, so core has to be strong. If you're a runner, you're not investing in strong core, please do it ASAP. Okay, so first thing that you will do to prevent injuries from happening. But the first step is to know kitna weak hai. Right? Unless you know that it's weak, how much weak it is, you'll not be able to. Next point, to stretch aggressively. Why do I say aggressively? Stretching, I know runners do stretching, cool down. 5 सेकेंड 3 सेकेंड मर के होल्ड किया 5 सेकेंड्स होल्ड कर बस अभी घर जाना है होता है ना 30 seconds to a minute is what you need to hold every stretch. That's a proper stretch. So what you're doing in stretching, muscle is tight, fibers are like this ना muscle fibers. उसको तुम स्ट्रेच कर रहे हो यहां तक स्ट्रेच आया छोड़ दिया क्या हुआ स्ट्रेच मसल हुआ ही नहीं. Research tells us that unless you hold it for 25 to 30 seconds, you elongate the muscle fully and you hold it, it's going to bounce back if you don't hold it for less than that. Hence that time. And repetitions are important. One repetition also is not enough, at least 3. So I say 30 of 3, 30 of 3. I keep repeating this. 30 seconds, 3 times. And which muscles? That we can do some stretching जब हम करेंगे that time we'll address that. Find out what shoes are right for you. Most important, okay, because of wrong shoes lot of injuries happen, and it can be back pain also. ऐसा नहीं है कि खाली foot injuries होता है, back pain also can happen because of that. Create a running program that works for you. What do I mean by this? Have you thought about your running weekly? Create. So are you only running?
Online program will not do.
Online program will do. I'm not talking about training program as far as running mileage is concerned. I want you to schedule your week building in all the foundations. What are the foundations? Recovery, foam rolling, strength training,
Nutrition.
mobility, nutrition. Okay, so all this has to be in your week. अगर 3 days a week run कर रहे हो, बाकी 3 days rest नहीं हो सकता है ना. Strength train करो, mobility workout करो, yoga करो, cross train करो, cross train very important. Do something else besides running. Anything else that complements running.
Cycling.
Cycling, running, swimming, these go very well together. Okay, but other people play tennis. Why? Because you don't want to load the same muscles again and again. दूसरे muscles भी काम करने दो. Right? That way your chances of injury reduce drastically. They've shown that people who cross train as compared to people who only do running, बहुत फर्क पड़ता है injury patterns में. Okay, so that's an important one. Think about your rest and recovery day. What are you doing for that? You can do like a 30-minute foam rolling session. You can do a mobility workout. That's how your body will recover for the week coming up. Monitor vitamin D. Okay, vitamin D levels and your calcium and B12. These things should be good. Okay, otherwise stress fracture or वो सब होता है. So just make sure those are
There will be always low only, so it's better to take a
supplements. So check, do a blood test. It's a simple blood test, ना? Blood test करो, check करो. Calcium and नहीं urban, we are all deficient.
by default.
किधर है पता नहीं, धूप तो है पर कोई बाहर नहीं निकलता है धूप में. Running, so runners do get out in the sun and run, but for India, vitamin D synthesis happens through skin. कितना skin exposed है उसके ऊपर है. That's point one. Second, maximum synthesis happens in 10 to 11 a.m. for India because it's based on the UV rays based on your latitude and longitude, where on earth you are. For India, it is 10 to 11 a.m. उस वक्त पे कौन भाग रहा है? सब अंदर है, घर के अंदर, ऑफिस के अंदर. Yeah, Caucasian versus Indian, yeah, that also makes a difference. Pigmentation. But the point is कि that's why we don't have. Vitamin D सबका कम है. करो चेक, पता चलेगा. Deficient. It's important to keep it high because otherwise अगर तुम डाइट में कैल्शियम ले रहे हो तो वो it's getting excreted. It's not staying.
And what is an ideal frequency to get it tested?
To
To get vitamin D tested?
frequency. So if it is low, so you do one today, for example. All parameters are good. You don't need to do anything till next year. Agar if parameters are completely off, you have to medicate yourself or take some steps. Diet kiya, supplements liya. In 3 months you have to recheck. Has it come up? D is notorious for not staying in the body. Supplements लिया, next blood test में ऊपर आया, वाह 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 भैया, life is sorted. Next blood test करोगे वापस नीचे चला जाएगा, पर वो next blood test कर नहीं रहा है कोई, तो पता नहीं है कि वापस वो drop हुआ है. It does not stay in the body. Okay, because we don't have any sun exposure. But calcium, B12, all these are also critical.
But once you do a burn rate, say for example, once you are aware that within 3 months, XYZ, whatever dosages kind of help you get back to the normal, you kind of consistently maintain it to whatever the increase.
Then you're fine.
To that.
Correct. So once you get that and you know it's staying in your system, then it's fine. You whatever your maintenance dose you're doing, then you do that. Okay, next one is paying attention to nutrition and sleep. Hydration, nutrition, very, very important to make sure that that's Hopefully, you've met a nutritionist at some point. Hopefully, you know what to eat before, during, after. What do you guys do now?
Empty stomach.
Empty stomach, you're running? How much?
2 days. I done 21 kilos of exercise.
Don't be like him. What's your name? Don't be like him.
Same 2 days. 2 days and I put a lot of salt. During the run, they were passing at KMM that oranges I ate some dates.
But in practice, we I didn't eat any in the morning. I only was running.
It can be one banana. It can be one banana.
For me, it gets more.
It's a mindset. ऐसा लगता है कि बहुत heavy लगेगा. ऐसा नहीं होता है. You, where is the fuel coming from? You are in a state of fast.
So I ran like 5 kilometers in Lonavala.
अभी तुम young हो तो चल रहा है.
Without any.
अभी don't continue that.
Delayed like for 2.5 hours, and again 2.5 hours of swimming after that. But I did not feel anything.
Young हो ना? चल रहा है अभी काम. It's build, something is happening inside that you don't know about.
Pink salt will do. Water with a pink salt will do. I don't like it.
That's all right. That's all right.
Something.
Yes,
Something.
that's fine. Running form. Have you ever checked how you run? Running posture पता है किसी का?
Someone has to tell us.
Heel strike है. Video. Video is important. You need to know how you run. Posture में गड़बड़ है, क्या गड़बड़ है, कैसे fix किया जा सकता है? It's not easy to fix, but at least you know. And then one thing at a time you can correct. Again, that's data analysis. में obviously that is also checked. But if a friend can do it for you, that's also fine. Now just see how you're running. It's important. Again, if we want to, I can teach a whole another workshop on running posture. So there is so much in there, so we'll not go there right now. Okay, now warm up. Warm up needs to be dynamic. These are quick movements. These are movements that are happening. If that happens again, you tell me. अब तक बराबर था ना?
Right now.
हाँ, पहले नहीं हुआ ना?
Stay low.
हाँ, ठीक. Warm up should be dynamic movements.
Jumping jack.
What are you doing with warm up? You're warming up your heart, but you're also warming up the muscles you are going to use for running. Okay, so I can show you 3 quick ones later. Same thing for cool down. What are you going to do in cool down? Static stretches. You're going to hold it for 30 seconds. 1 minute if possible. 3 sets. Right? So warm up mein you're not going to hold the stretch. You're going to do movements, fast quick movements, and cool down is that. Okay? So approximately about 6 to 8 minutes का warm up चाहिए. 6 to 8 minutes का cool down चाहिए. ये इतना मिनिमम होना ही चाहिए. Recovery. Ice baths, sleeping, hydration, nutrition. What about a post run? Is there any protein going in your body right after your runs? Yes, no, don't know.
I eat maybe and put off vitamins.
Peanuts. Yes, that counts. What else?
Eggs.
Eggs. Excellent.
Eggs.
Fast, easy. Eggs होगा तो option है eggs का तो very easy. Otherwise you have to look for so many options. What else? Paneer. So we need a dense protein. क्या हुआ? What is the protein that's happening after running?
How about pumpkin seeds?
We mostly sprouts or
Sprouts.
Pumpkin seeds.
Oh, but they're not dense protein. No.
Soya beans.
Soybean चलेगा. हाँ. Nothing is happening. Protein में. Sprouts you're taking. ठीक है. You?
No, I don't run aggressively. I go walk.
Walk.
Protein powder will do.
तो भी प्रोटीन चाहिए.
My more or less protein intake is less only.
तो सब कुछ लेस है. सब गलत कर रहे हो तुम.
Protein powder will do.
तुम मुझे बाद में मिलो.
Protein powder will do.
Protein powder and milk works. That works.
I do that intermittent fasting. I just have my
Intermittent fasting.
So whatever I eat is twice a day only. So lunch and dinner, that's it. Nothing is it.
ठीक. तुम भी मिलो मुझे बाद में. Okay, so
so is this interval again coming on to this point. Interval fasting, it's like people are very extreme there and stuff. There are people who are pro intermittent fasting, and there are a lot of people who are.
Are you asking for my opinion?
Yeah. What is it ideally from a time
I'm
perspective?
sitting on the fence. So I think it's a great strategy for whatever your goals are. I'm not sure how consistently you can do that, whether your body is okay to do it on a continuous level forever, but it does work for short periods of time. However, is it for everybody? No. Okay, some body types को intermittent fasting ऐसा फटाफट जमता है and it gives great results. But some people just it does not work for them. Okay, so I can give you my example. I have been an intermittent faster unknowingly for decades together because I could never eat breakfast. If I see breakfast, I will throw up. Aisa. So forever that was me. So my first meal would always be at 1 o'clock. For as long as I remember, at least in India, US, US also, same thing. I would never eat breakfast. But that was my body and totally fine.
Comfortable.
Totally comfortable. So 2 meals a day, easy. As I'm getting older, I'm finding my energy levels are dropping because of that. So now I'm having to flip it. So I'm still doing sort of intermittent fasting, but I'm having to do breakfast, which will sustain me for the day now. Okay, so it depends on you, on your body type. So you can experiment with it. I'm not against it, but I'm not as a gung ho for it. Yes, karna hi chahiye.
You are having even till 1 o'clock with having exercise also, or just normal cycling
Work,
also?
work.
Walk.
I'm in
But
the
you
clinic.
didn't workouts, during the workouts also,
Hmm.
you had intermittent fasting.
No,
That's all.
no. No, with workouts, no. If there is a walk, run, or anything else workout happening, then it's important to do the before after, yes. And it has to be small, na? Then it can be small. So then people who are doing intermittent fasting along with workouts, they have to be extra
Okay.
mindful. Or even vegans. Any vegans here? Vegans का also, it's easy to say ये foods नहीं खाना है, पर उसकी जगह तुम substitute करो.
Substitute होना चाहिए.
वो सब्सटीट्यूट नहीं किया तो डेफिशिएंसीज फटाफट होता है कैल्शियम फटाफट डेफिशिएंट हो जाता है ओके नाउ वी आर डूइंग इंजरी स्पेसिफिक plantar fasciitis. What is plantar fasciitis? Look at the picture where the pain is on the bottom of the foot on the heel. Right? हाँ. Now ये pain या कम ना कम. So if you are plantar fasciitis, many reasons. All the reasons I've listed up there. Shoes, I find if you are overpronated and wearing the wrong shoes, supinated wearing the wrong shoes, this is, I have found like big reason for it. Calf tightness, another big reason for runners having this. Okay, and most people have calf tightness. Most runners. Why? Because you're using your calf so much to run. जो नहीं होना चाहिए. एंड रनर्स ये करते हैं, ये वाला करते हैं बहुत बार, अप एंड डाउन, नीचे स्ट्रेच कोई नहीं कर रहा है प्रॉपर्ली.
Tibialis.
काफ.
Got tibialis.
What? हाँ, anterior tibialis. हाँ.
Sorry, walk to be.
Both. Okay, so that.
So lifting up and stretching down.
Walking down, step पे खड़ा होके.
Step पे, okay, down. We are going to do that stretch. So, what I'm trying to say is runners might be doing this exercise. This is calf building exercise. But runners are not doing enough calf stretch. That's what I'm trying to tell you. Stretch is what going down, stretching the calf. Okay, वो cool down में 1 1 2 2 rep होगा, hardly any. Right? So in that what's happening? You're overloading the calf, and that's उसमें trigger points होगा. All those things are happening. Foam rolling नहीं कर रहे हो तो then those trigger points stay there for years, and then plantar fasciitis one day develops. That's usually the pathomechanics of that. Okay, and then Achilles tendonitis, pain, yeah, back of the heel here. Yes, either calf is weak or calf is tight. First reason, but the most important reason is glutes most likely are weak. Why is the calf getting overloaded? Because glutes are not doing their work. What they're supposed to do, they're not doing. Most of the time, if you work on your glutes, and you stretch your calves, it automatically sort of goes away.
It goes okay.
Okay?
How would I know that my calf is tight or not?
वो तो check करके ही समझेगा.
What you said is true, right? So certain seconds it pains like that, and then it goes away.
So when that calf is in strain, the pain will come. Then once the calf relaxes a little bit, it goes away.
When I'm sitting down, when I get up.
Get up. Why? Because in sitting position, the muscle is in a lengthened position. When you got up, it suddenly shortened. तो पेन आएगा ना, strain आया ना calf पे. Okay, Achilles tendonitis. We discussed that. Okay. Also shoes. Overpronated हो, foot type पता करो, shoes change करो. Okay, that these few things if you do, it goes a long way.
Can it be because of bed pattern? Because I
Not necessarily. If your body is already used to it, तो उसके वजह से it can't be a direct cause. You've been running barefoot for a while, no?
yeah.
Your body has adapted to it.
Also need to check the running style. Are you a Woodlander or Heelander?
Yeah. So for heel strike, generally what we find is knee gets in trouble, not so much Achilles tendon. But knee pe agar if you are a very hard heel striker, then knee definitely you need to see how much impact is going there. So, that to Munir must be helping you with that. Shin splints. Okay, if there is any pain, see any other injury, agar hai, it's okay, you treat it by yourself and you will be fine. Okay, but if it is shin splints, agar kabhi bhi pain yahan hai, please address it ASAP. Shoes change karo, stretch karo, rest karo, strength training karo, फिर ही भागो. Because this shin splints कब stress fracture में बदल जाएगा पता भी नहीं चलेगा. Okay, so this one you must take seriously. Runner's knee, like I said, on the front. Okay, this generally happens because you're overloading the thigh. So you're running with your quads, you're not necessarily running with your glutes, and could be the heel strike. That very strong heel strike with the knee completely straight. So running posture you have to check. Also shoes, obviously. Shoes to sub point mein aayega. Okay. So what can you do? Change your posture, running posture, change your shoes, invest in some glute work, and stretch your quad. Okay, do foam rolling and stretching for the quad. ITB, we see this a lot in runners. I'm surprised यहाँ पे one is there now. ITB generally we find because this becomes tight because glutes are weak. Opposite side gluteus medius might be weak, so can check that and start working on that. Shoes definitely correct because if you are overpronated, you're going this way, पूरा force यहाँ आ रहा है, and that's why the pain starts developing here. Foam rolling and stretching for the ITB also helps. Okay, so we'll do these stretches one by one. Hamstring pull होता है पर थोड़ा कम. Recently, abhi I've seen someone with an adductor pull, so groin pull. This also not that common, but it does happen, and when it happens, then it takes a long time to recover. Heel pain also.
I'm having doing the doing the physical workout. So I'm having the groin stiffness.
Same side है ना तुम्हारा?
Yeah.
There is some garbad happening in the right side, all the way from the back down to the knee. It's all part of the same problem. These are not three different injuries.
The entire posterior chain was
Not posterior chain. It's the could be the kinetic chain on that side, but it could sometimes be weakness on the opposite side that's causing him to overload that side. It could be any number of things. But okay, now what will you do if the pain first? When pain starts, पेन आया, इंजुरी आया, क्या करना चाहिए? इग्नोर करना चाहिए. Rest it out. Sometimes rest alone doesn't help.
ice packs.
Active rest. So you want to do rice, you want to do ice packs. Ice packs also enough, not just एक बार करके छोड़ दिया. 10 minutes 3 times a day is minimum. All my patients know, all my runners know कि अगर ये नहीं किया है और तुमने मुझे फोन किया है तो मैं तुमको बोलूंगी तुम ये पहले करके आओ. आइस ठीक से करो फिर आओ, क्योंकि शायद उससे ही ठीक हो जाए. Right? Sometimes it's that the inflammation you need to make it go away. After that, if it's still there, that means it's an injury that is challenging enough for me to treat like that. Okay, so, huh. What will you do when the pain starts? First is ice. Rest period, you can do rest, but don't do extended periods of rest. It doesn't necessarily help. Foam rolling you can start after a couple of days. Stretching करो. Strength इस time पे strength शायद नहीं करना है. Take a break from all your strength training at this time. Obviously, if it is bad enough and the severity is bad enough, then you may want to see a physio to treat it, right? And how will you know when to seek medical attention? This. If it is changing how you run, lot of runners don't even realize कि मेरा posture change हो गया है, but other runners will see and tell you कि something is कुछ तो आज गलत है या लिम्प है, हल्का लिम्प है और खुद को ही नहीं समझ रहा है. If that happens, stop running and see a medical professional. If there is pain at night, if there is pain with activities of daily living, मतलब क्या, stair climbing में दुखने लग गया, नीचे बैठ के उठने में दुखने लग गया, those are red flags. Then you need to see a medical professional. ये खुद से treat करके नहीं जाने वाला है. Okay, and what else? If you feel the need for medicine, medicine लेके कभी भागे हो? सच बताओ तुम. नहीं. नहीं ना? हाँ? So running with painkillers not a good idea. However, if you feel the need for a painkiller at any given point of time, it's don't keep popping those pills. Figure out the cause for the injury. Every injury has its cause. Unless you treat that cause, the pain is not going to 100% go. You will get relief. 50, 60, 70% relief मिल जाएगा. लेकिन सालों तक वो चलते ही रहेगा, थोड़ा 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 थोड़ा. वही हो रहा है ना? So it has to be nipped in the bud. Figure out what the cause is for you. Take care of it. Okay. All right. We'll break for exercises. So these to prevent any injuries from coming in the future, what should you be doing? Foam rolling on a consistent basis. On a consistent basis. How frequent? How frequent should you foam roll? Every day. Right answer. After running, post running. Post running, or for those runners who don't like foam rolling, at least once a week. At least once a week, because that will be the day for your after your long run. Long run के बाद foam rolling करना ही है. Ideally, you should be doing foam rolling and stretching, same muscle. And I can teach you that थोड़ा अभी. Gait analysis, obviously every runner should get one. And functional assessment. Functional assessments is what to see how you're running, whether you have enough stability. So the test for runners generally that I do is a single leg squat and a full squat all the way down to the floor. These two, if they are smooth without any qualitative or quantitative difference, then things are stable. So if usme gadbad hai, to then there are a lot of things to be fixed. Okay, that's probably a cause for the injury. Every runner should be able to do a full squat. Should we start with that? Chalo, let's do a full functional squat. Those attending online, please go ahead and do these exercises with me, with us. You wanna switch? Where should we keep the? Okay, full functional squat. Chalo.
Something I can't do. Can't do what is here.
Don't do. Don't do. You wanna put it there? Okay, full functional squat. Shoulder width apart, all the way down to the floor. बैठो नीचे, sit, stay down, all the way down and stay. Okay, now squats are classified into full. This is a full functional squat. That's a half, less than half functional squat, and this is a half functional squat. This is a full squat. Okay, you can stand up if you can't go more, na?
These two are wearing it on the knee. Instead of from their posture. You are wearing it on your knee.
That's all right. It's going to happen from somewhere. So if the lower back is tight, then you're going to feel like you're falling backwards. If your calves are tight, then you won't get there. So either your lower back posterior chain is tight or your calves are tight.
Sometimes they suggest like Your knee should not go ahead of your.
That is different. That's a squat for exercise. I'm not talking about that. This is an assessment. Can you do a full functional squat? Every runner must be able to do a full functional squat. That's it. Period.
Just simple sit, they could sit like this, right?
पूरा 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 नीचे. हाँ, that's what you're able to do. Good. Now, इसमें what am I looking for? So your calves are tight, back is stiff. Okay, so work on mobility for you. You are okay, little bit back is stiff. You look okay, you are overpronating a lot. So that is definitely a cause for your Achilles tendonitis. You look okay, thoda back stiff hai, but otherwise okay. Alright, so that's a full functional squat. Let's do a single leg. So single leg mini squat. Tell me how it's looking. No, you don't do. Don't do.
To rest my health.
This one is an intense one, don't do. Oh, just range, yes, yes. So tell me what's happening. One,
I won't, I'm not able to do.
left leg you're not able to do. Which leg में pain है? वही pain है ना? हाँ. So what does this tell me? There are 2-3 things that are happening when you do this. या तो पूरा ही shaky है, या तो knee ऐसा collapse हो रहा है, या तो foot अंदर ऐसा collapse हो रहा है. क्या हो रहा है बताओ? Knee is collapsing a tiny bit. Foot also is a little bit unstable. Everything is unstable.
Yeah.
Not you. Okay, so can you tell that there are problems in this test? This is like a litmus test. Something over in the whole chain, something is good. Yeah, sure, sure, sure. Knee is collapsing in. Foot not so much, knee.
I think it's same with.
Your foot also is collapsing. Foot is collapsing more than the knee. Foot and knee both. Show me.
I'm able to do this, but I can't do a full squat. I'm comfortable with this.
Okay, okay. So foot is little bit unstable. Can you see? Foot is collapsing thoda from the ankle.
Is it jeans also?
Right side?
I know that.
Knee collapsing. तुमको ही लगा था कुछ प्रॉब्लम नहीं है? Just joking. Knee collapse. करो. So is the knee gliding straight ahead or is it? No, collapsing inwards. Inwards. That means that there is, generally this is a gluteus medius weakness. Glute ka one muscle. Okay? Alright. So, let's take one injury. Which one should we take? The most popular one in the room today. Achilles tendonitis. And calves. Calves सबका tight है. Correct. Now, yes. Tell me.
Yeah, but how you describe the pain has to be here, mine is here.
Where?
In this.
Mine is also.
That is not Achilles tendonitis.
Yes.
That is could be tib. It is. You anyway are beating me after the session. So show me that. It is, that is tendonitis. That's not, but that definitely is coming from, for you it's coming from overpronation only. Okay, and somewhere calf का कुछ गड़बड़ चल रहा है. But okay, so for Achilles tendonitis, grab your rollers. You're going to do calf rolling first. Yeah.
This is the most critical joint.
Yeah, of course. All joints are critical.
28 and 30 group and 28
Lot of small muscles.
small muscles and group of bones, right?
Yeah, lot of bones, lot of muscles.
I had an injury, so I.
You've done some research.
No, my physio told me. That time I realized.
Yes, I know. Your foot is very critical for running.
When I removed the plastic.
No, don't. Okay, rolling. कौन कर रहा है? मॉडल कौन बन रहा है आज? तुम ही आ जाओ. मैट को बीच में ले लो ना. We are treating Achilles tendonitis. Everybody do everything, obviously. Okay. So calf rolling, you know how to do? Yes. Cross that leg over this. Okay. Now roll. Abhi, what are you rolling? the mid section of the calf. दुख रहा है ना? दुख रहा है मतलब क्या? ट्रिगर पॉइंट्स है. दुख रहा है मतलब क्या? और करो, करते रहो. नहीं दुख रहा है तो ठीक है, नहीं किया तो, पर दुख रहा है तो जरूर करो. करना पड़ेगा, रुक मत जा.
This is not training, hands get to start training.
बट रनर्स को वर्कआउट तुम लोग करते नहीं हो ना, तो अभी करो. Okay, so you're doing mid calf. After you finish this, you'll do this for 1 minute. If you're new to foam rolling, 1 minute is difficult to do. Then you break it into 30 seconds. Okay, then you'll turn your foot out and you'll roll.
Full range should be done.
Full range all the way up. Lateral both. Outer side भी करो, and then once you're done, you'll do inner also. Okay, पूरा ऊपर तक लो. So you're doing only soleus. लेफ्ट ही दुख रहा है ना कि राइट? लेफ्ट ही दुख रहा है. हाँ, तो अभी करोगे ना? बट योर रोलर इज रॉन्ग, टोटली रॉन्ग. यू नीड लाइक दिस, तो और दुखेगा. Let's switch it out. You didn't have any pain, no?
No.
Which are the right set of rollers? Right set of rollers?
So that one again is soft roller.
Very soft.
हाँ. This is the one that I keep because this is the one that is most efficient, beneficial. हाँ, ये भी चल जाएगा, but this one is better, the one that I have, these purple ones. हाँ, yes, grid, you can call it the grid roller. कहाँ गए? अच्छा, मॉडल भाग गया अपना. Done? Okay, now you have the ball also around with you somewhere. समझो ये करते वक्त दुख रहा है. Figure out which point is hurting. उसके ऊपर बॉल रखो, बॉल. So say calf rolling करते वक्त इधर दुख रहा था. So place it there, put that on top and just hold it there. Just hold, थोड़ा pressure डालो उस पे. Little bit small rolling you can do. But this is a trigger point release. The calf can be tight, but you could also have a point that is very painful. That's called a trigger point. Unless that trigger point goes, the pain is not going to go. That's the reason for your pain. Okay, so make sure that goes away. Balls do na usko. I've kept 2-3 balls I've kept.
I'm realizing that I did it medially.
Not lateral and central. Yes. Calf mein it's easy to miss out trigger point. Sometimes sit on the sides. So you have to get sides. दुख रहा है ना? ये तुम्हारा daily homework है अभी?
So it is recommended like after every run, we cool down plus foam rolling is what is ideal.
Cool down plus foam rolling, yes. Cool down you will do immediately ना? तभी किया खत्म, घर गए. घर जाके foam rolling करो अच्छे से 10 minutes and then do the stretches.
Okay. So it will not be immediately followed by the.
It may not be.
But
Same day, the as close as possible to your running. But अगर नहीं हुआ तो do not sleep that night before doing it. रात को the fascia is going to tighten up. Then it will become irreversible next day पे. So उसी दिन करके ही सोना है.
But you know what I do?
What?
Luckily, I have a maid.
हाँ.
So I tell her to take a baler and roll out my calf.
Correct. So that is an option. So that is so you can use a handheld roller for that. अपना handheld roller. Hello doctor. Handheld roller is this. So you can use this or the Balan how she uses. Okay. So I usually so this. I recommend using the roller. Why? Because your body weight is falling on it and the pressure is so much more. Okay, but if that's not possible, so you can use that. Okay, but rolling. First preference is rolling. Yes. Okay, calf rolling हो गया. अभी calf stretch करना है. Calf stretch कैसे करोगे? There are 2 ways to do it. One is standing. This one. Okay, करो stand. Stretch your calves. Find a wall and do it. And I'll show you another one to do with the stepper. हाँ. थोड़ा
Is it a calf stretch which a lunge or just a calf stretch?
calf stretch, just a calf stretch. Don't lunge. Do not bounce. So when you go into the stretch, you cannot be bouncing. ये I've seen a lot of runners do ये. This will tear the muscle. Cannot bounce. Go into the stretch, straighten the knee and hold it there for 30 counts.
Okay, the other leg should not be raised up.
No.
That's it.
This you can do right after the run, ना? रोड के साइड पे कर लो, फुटपाथ के साइड पे कर लो. Easy to do. What was the question?
No, I was raising my other leg.
No need. No need. Just lean forward. Go close to the wall so you get a very good stretch. The second way to stretch is on a step. This is the one that I like to show because you get an intense one. This. Just drop the heel down, bend this knee so you'll get enough force and pressure and then hold it there. Okay, this is to stretch the gastroc, which is the top. To stretch, अगर tightness ज़्यादा नीचे है, so you go there and then slightly bend the knee. Now you feel the stretch in the soleus. It's important to stretch both, especially if you have heel pain. Heel pain, Achilles tendonitis, plantar fasciitis, ankle pain, any of that, it's important to do both ways. Knee bent and knee straight. Same thing you can do here also, ना? ये किया, ये straight हो गया, अभी थोड़ा bend करो. Okay, but this is a little bit tougher to do. On the step is better. So one by one, just check that, and others will do another exercise. Now, for people who have heel pain, Achilles tendonitis, any kind of foot issues, it's important to strengthen our arch, the muscles, the small muscles on the bottom of the foot. For that, there are two simple exercises to be done. I can't show you because I'm wearing shoes, model. So all you're going to do is lift your big toe, only the big toe. Yes, I was counting on, hopefully you'll be able to do it. Not the other toes, only the big toe. Only the big toe comes up. Good. This is an excellent one for runners to do. Okay, this helps build the arch, but it also connects your kinetic chain all the way down up to your brain. So next what you'll do, you'll lift the great toe. Now you'll squeeze your glutes, both of them. Pull your tummy muscles in, pull your belly button in, glutes in, big toe should be raised. Keep the big toes raised. And just stay here. 30 seconds, do 30 breaths here. Okay, this connects the whole kinetic chain up. Very powerful exercise to do. It feels like it's nothing, but it's very effective. No, nothing else is working. Huh? Knees are not, thigh muscles tight nahi hona chahiye. Only the big toe, glutes, belly button in, and normal breathing. 30 breaths here.
Knee seems to be tightening.
We spoke about isolation. It's important to isolate some of these muscles.
So when you squeeze the boot and activate the side muscle,
automatically get it.
Thighs will not commit. You pull your belly button in first and then squeeze your glutes.
Okay.
So get your toes fixated.
निकाल
first.
दो, charge करो.
Go to the belly button and then squeeze your glutes.
So when we activate the glutes, the side muscle automatically gets activated.
That is because you are not able to isolate the muscle, right?
But once you
Use
get that,
isolation.
you do the belly button inside first and then
No, but I don't want that. No.
Okay.
You
You want that
want to
to
be able to isolate the glute by itself. Sab chhod do to only glute activation. In fact, this is one exercise that you should be doing before you run. So place your hands on the glutes and see if you're able to squeeze the glutes without activating any of the thigh muscles or the belly. Nothing should activate. It's challenging.
Yeah,
See how
definitely.
tighten it. Squeeze, it's not easy.
Nothing else should work. Foot should not work. Foot muscles relaxed, thigh muscles relaxed, breathing relaxed. Only the glute should activate.
That's it.
That's challenging.
That's challenging.
So this one becomes your warm up. Add it into your warm up. Activate your glutes before you go down. Okay? So now I'm able to do all three. Squeeze that in isolation and then pull your belly button in. So 1, 2, 3. Then the next step to that is doing that on one leg. Stand on one leg, do the exact same thing. This time you will squeeze the same side glute. Tighten the glute, pellet toe up, tighten the glute only, and then pull your belly button in. Big toe. First the big toe. ये वाला चीटिंग कर दो कितना हो रहा है क्या बिग टो हो रहा है स्टैंडिंग ऑन वन लेग खाली बिग टो करो हो रहा है कि नहीं दैट्स डिफिकल्ट ना फाइंडिंग इट डिफिकल्ट दैट वन इज हो रहा है गुड मेरा इशू सिर्फ ये नीज ना
Give a solution to us.
yes this helps strengthen the whole kinetic chain so this is good for all injuries now we spoke about heel pain Achilles tendonitis this let's talk about knee pain अगर सामने यहाँ है so what you want to do you want to release your quad you want to release your calf rolling you already know calf stretching I already taught you let's do quad rolling and quad stretch so quad rolling plank position yes single quad so you can interlock only that one thigh and just roll yes all the way pura range le lo to the whole thigh and see how his angle pura angle also is changing to get the outer and inner also central outer inner pura just change your angle a little bit do it for a minute. Any pain? Any pain, discomfort on this one? Go close to the knee but don't touch the patella. खाली ऊपर करके छोड़ दिया तो you might miss the trigger point sitting right close to the knee.
Only right close to the knee there is a pain.
So then that needs to go away. How will it go away? If you consistently roll it, it will go away. So keep rolling that.
Even if I rolling is thing that already the struggle.
वो angle perfect आना चाहिए.
हाँ.
And your toe of the same side of the leg should be touching the floor.
No,
should
it
be
will
in
be
the air.
up in the air. Whatever feels comfortable. Other side or same side you're asking?
And same thing.
Same side.
The leg on the
Same
roller.
side up in the air is better. That you get maximum pressure on the floor. दोनों साइड करके देखो it's possible one side is painful and the other side is not. Especially जिसको knee too soft for you, ना?
You won't have to.
Either side.
Right knee is the big trigger.
There's a trigger point. Yeah. So now, please do both sides. Tell me if one side is more painful.
I mean, left side only it will be
Left side is
left side all
So now,
problem.
if you have a trigger point on the quad, you know where it is, na? Now, in the plank position, you put the ball right there on that point. But if it is very close to the patella, give me the ball. If it is very close to the patella, you can do this by hand. Okay, go very close to the where that inserts na this muscle. अगर वहाँ tight है तो then that pain will go away if you do this. Okay, so depend on where it is. Okay, now to do a quad stretch, you will stand this one. ये तो पता है सबको. All of us know. If there is pain when you do this one, please do not do this. Okay. Now pull it back. जितना पैर पीछे आएगा आने दो. जितना पीछे जाएगा जाने दो. Stand up straight. Heel touching the butt if possible.
Yep.
Good. Hold. And leg closer to the other leg. Touch the other thigh. Okay, now you get an intense stretch. The stretch needs to be intense. And then you hold it for 30 seconds. Fine, it can move on. If you need to hold on, you can. Take it closer to the other leg and pull it backward. There you go. Okay, so this is a quad stretch done correctly. Important to do it right. Most people are doing either. इतना ही stretch खाली होता है, कुछ stretch ही नहीं हो रहा है.
यहाँ पे रखने का कि इधर
Ankle पर. Right.
यहाँ पर एक तरफ से
हाँ वो भी stretch होता है पर it's a little too intense. It can cause some other issues. Okay, so that's a quad stretch. Now we are doing ITB. What do you do if you have ITB pain here? You wanna do foam rolling for the ITB and then do ITB stretch. Let's do that next. Side line. Side line. Side plank. This foot in front. Please see the technique correctly. सब गलत करते हैं. Now, ITB is a long area, so you wanna do इतना पहले और इतना बाद में. Make sure you're coming all the way to the knee.
I always kind of was wondering how to
Do the whole thing.
whole thing.
नहीं होगा. कुछ तो रह जाता है.
So half an hour.
Half an hour. Do it twice.
Okay, after.
But it's important to get close to the knee, especially if you have that pain on the side.
Yeah.
The maximum pain might be there. Are you feeling this somewhere?
Wait.
I'm moving. Good. This foot in front. Any pain?
Bit on the nose.
No pain? फटाफट कर रहे हो?
This walk only. How much up we should go?
All the way up to the hip, all the way down to the knee. No pain?
Some pain.
Pain ना? Runners always have ITB pain.
ये होता है.
या तो माइलेज ज्यादा नहीं है या बराबर करने हैं. कुछ गड़बड़ है. ऐसा हो ही नहीं सकता है कि runners don't have pain in their ITB. Okay, so that's your ITB rolling. Now to stretch it, lie on your mat. Bend both your knees. Bend both your knees. Cross one leg. Okay. Now please pay attention. Stretches this. Cross किया. अभी इस तरफ जाना है. थोड़ा मैं start as you can. Okay, if you go the other way, you're stretching something else. This will get the ITB plus do knee little bit. Shoulder down. Cross it properly.
Just
Knee
shoulder
bend.
down.
और अच्छे से cross करो. Both knees are touching almost. Now go. Yeah, if you can. No. उल्टा. Yes, sir. Understood? You're feeling the stretch?
You're doing it wrong.
पहले बराबर कर रहे थे.
Now this way.
बराबर. Now switch sides. Tell me if you feel more stretch on one side is painful, whatever is happening, let me know.
The leg which is up here to go to the same side.
Same side.
Oh.
उल्टा जा रहे हो ना हम.
So leg same side and then these. Down also same side? No.
No. Lying flat on your back.
Okay. So this is what. So,
Okay, this is your ITB stretch. So rolling, stretching. So the same muscle back to back किया तो you get maximum benefit. Right? Now.
First we have to do rolling, then
Then the stretch. ठीक है? We are keeping ITB, no? For ITB we have to work on glutes. glute max. So for glute max, lie on your tummy. Squeeze both your glutes. Relax everything else, low back relaxed, only the glutes should work. Bilateral glute squeeze, both. After you're done with both, you'll do single, single, see if you're able to get single. Now squeeze that single glute and lift that one leg up. Straight up from the knee. You're using the lower back too much. There should be no rotation. Zero rotation. Everybody's using your back. I want only the glute to work. Squeeze the glute and lift up very little.
Which lift? Because the one which is glute.
Which is squeezed. Squeeze the glute at the same side, just lift up the leg a little. Lift only very little bit. Pay attention, back muscles are working, the glutes are working. I can see some of your glutes are not working. Back is working.
I can feel pain in medial arch when I lift them.
Oh, relax your foot. Don't unnecessarily strain.
This is the same area that we do lunges. If we do the lunges, the same area, the same muscle group we are talking about.
Lot of muscles are, lot of exercises.
Lunges, this is the same muscle groups are working. Is it the same?
Okay, now that you've done the single leg lift, now you're going to do the knee bend lift. Squeeze the glute, right squeeze, and lift off the knee. The glute has to remain squeezed the whole time.
One glute, right?
Only the one, yeah. Rotation नहीं होना चाहिए, नहीं तो back is working. Don't lift up very high. Please make sure glute is working, otherwise it's useless to do this. Okay, when you are ready, the next one, both feet together, both heels touching each other, squeeze and lift. Again, इसमें tendency is to use your lower back. Do not use the lower back, force your glutes to work. Squeeze your glutes and lift your legs up. Upper body relaxed, breathing. कोई breathe नहीं कर रहा है. Breath, don't hold your breath.
It's coming over here.
That means your hamstrings are overactive. Don't work your hamstrings. Glutes अगर weak होगा तो hamstrings पे आएगा. Keep them here. Now try. Better?
It's coming on hamstring.
That means your hamstrings are overactive. You work on glute activation. Work on the other four first and then you'll get this one. Okay, so if your glutes are weak, then your lower back will start working. You'll feel it in the hamstrings. If that's happening, that means glutes are definitely weak. Okay, so this sequence and then standing before you run, you do your glute activation. Okay, so this is critical for all injuries. Whatever you have, it's going to flip that for you. Okay. What else? Warm up, pull down we wanted to discuss. Na? Warm up में 3 exercises. चलो मैं अकेले नहीं करने वाली.
What about the tibial shin, the strain, tibial shin strain? So
Yes.
the calf and the lateral strengthening especially should be there. Because the tibial shin will come only mid-walk or mid-cycle. And at that time I realized that if I change my style of walking for some time, it settles down, then I come back onto my calf.
So see, the only way to strengthen your tibialis anterior, which is this muscle here,
Yeah, this one.
tibialis anterior.
Yeah.
So that one, to strengthen it, the best way to do that and what we teach our runners. But again, if you have pain on the shin that you don't want to do this, then you want to release it. How will you release it? By doing foam rolling and ball release. So ball यहाँ पे कहाँ पे? I don't usually show this in a group because you can make a mistake. So you don't want to roll either bone पे ना. You want to come on the side, muscle पे roll करना है. Okay, so release that first. And if the pain is gone, the second step after that is to do strength. If you don't have shin pain, then you can do this one to prevent shin problems. And to do that, you will do, put it around your, let's do thigh. Put it around your foot. Both. No, foot. Yeah. You put. Put this foot on it. Now, you're going to lift it up. Resistance. Got it? So this you can do to prevent injuries from happening. Don't do it if you have pain. That's going to aggravate it. You want to release that with the ball first. Okay? Alright, warm up. High knees. What will this do? This will help bring your heart level up, get you ready for the run, cardiovascular, but also it's working the joints. Hip, knee, ankle, everything is working. Land on toes, good point. Landing light, landing on toes. Okay, this is the first one. Second one, hands here. Butt kicks. What does this do? This activates hamstrings and glutes. But yes, running. Try to touch your foot, shoot or hand on the bike. Then the glutes are active. Otherwise it's not. Okay. Third one, apart, and then you can either do these or you can do side. Movement. So, movements or movements. Okay, this will mobilize your spine, your knee, your calf, all of these muscles and you get it prepped. This is okay. Got it? So 3 warm up. Okay, this has warmed up your heart also. Already now you can go for a run. Cool down. 2 stretch. Now lying down is better, but obviously after that, one is the calf stretch that I showed you. Calf karna hi hai. Okay, because it is definitely overused. Next one you will do is hamstring and ITD. So you can do cross and then just try to touch your toes. This will stretch your ITD as well as your hamstrings. No bouncing. Go as far as you can and hold it there. And then also cross the leg on the other side and do. Yeah, looks good. You feel the hamstring stretching? Hamstring, calf, the whole posterior chain basically will stretch.
So back foot is
Stretching more. Yes, that's why you have to switch. Both sides you need to. Then next one, stretching the glute. So this. Hold it up towards you. इधर से पकड़ो, पीछे ऊपर. Glute stretch. This time again.
Ketan.
Okay, both sides, make sure you do both sides.
30 seconds, 3 times.
30 seconds, 3 times. Warm up, cool down, clear? Warm up, cool down, easy. Hardly any time it's going to take. Okay, but it hit all the correct muscles that you okay? So, anything else? Any other? So, I've shown you glute stuff, I've shown you knee ke liye kya karna hai.
Sure, it will be outside. What I do inside? I mean, suppose sometimes I get a pain this inside here.
On the inner side of the
Inner
knee or
side.
here?
Inner side.
So generally pain and runners on the inner side can mean 2 things. One is that this muscle could be tight, the adductor. Butterfly, show me a butterfly. Is fine?
Yeah, it's fine.
So if that's not the case, you can try rolling the adductor for a few days and see. Adductor rolling you wanted to know, na? So, roller. Okay, so you'll go in your hand position. Now, the critical thing with this is the posture of the leg. Let me actually do this. Remove the roller. Then go down. Bend this knee sideways. And bring it out. And there. Okay, this is your starting position. Now you place the roller like that. Now go on. Now just roll. If the roller is diagonally like this, then only you will get it in your hand. If you keep it straight, you will not get it. So this is all about angles, the correct angles. Try it, koi samjhta hai. All the way to the groin and all the way to the knee. So you do this one. Then if there is pain, then that could be a reason for the medial pain. Feels good? Any pain? No pain, that's why it feels good. I'm good. Painful? So then this is the reason. You roll it out. And then when you were rolling the whole thing, there was probably a hard point which was more painful, correct? So with the ball you roll it out.
You can also strengthen the inner thighs.
No. No. Because if there is pain medially, first we are releasing it. At the same
So eventually, once he is out
time,
of
you
it,
want to strengthen his gluteus medius, most likely is weak. He will have to strengthen his gluteus medius and roll, release the adductor. He cannot do strengthening for the adductors. Unless in examination it is shown that it's weak, if it is indeed a cause, but generally for medial pain, release this, strengthen your gluteus medius. Gluteus medius strengthening, everybody knows clamshells.
No.
Clamshells, no? Okay, let's do clamshell. Lie on your side.
You should have flapping the bottom of scissors, right?
This is what?
This one.
This one. Loops you guys don't have? Okay, रखे थे मैंने loops. You want one? No, I do all this. You do. So, to do gluteus medius, there are 3 clamps. Level 1, level 2, level 3. So this is level 1, what you are seeing in blue. Now most people are doing clamps wrong. How? Gluteus medius sits here. You are doing the flap, everything is working, but the gluteus medius only is not working. How do you make sure that it's working? If you keep your hip forward and now do it. And take up the full range. If you do mid-range also, the gluteus medius will not fire. So go up as far as you can. More. Now, hold. Now you felt it? इतना burn आने तक उतना नहीं. Hip is too far back.
So, with the support you came forward. Now I am not able to.
That's because immediately drop होता है आगे.
so in this case, are you allowed to have an inward rotation of the shoulder?
You shouldn't. Ideally you shouldn't.
Isolate only your medius and
Isolate the
shoulder
medius,
is the
keep the
same
posture. So try it. What she's saying is, ये shoulder तो आगे मत आने दो. Keep the shoulder straight. But this is critical. Hip forward.
Got it.
चलो ऊपर. Now hold. हाँ, level. You feel it? Hold for 20 counts. 20 counts. Looks fine, but hip is still too far forward. See, if I'm leaving it, then you're coming right back.
Correct.
So this is level 1 clamp. Level 2 clamp. Bring the legs back. You wait till we get to 3. Level 3. This is level 2. Hip forward, sorry.
चलो अब so basically L shape पहले क्या था पैर आगे था अभी this is L shape correct now up pull unless you feel it in the glute med don't stop take up all the range you feel it hip आगे करो पर L shape की तरह L shape okay and hold 20 counts level 3 is same thing but feet off the ground L feet off the ground up got it external rotation feet together heels together good दोनों साइड करना नहीं तो one side will be on fire the other side will so got all three levels and of course the harder the loop the more you're going to feel it no? Now this one if you have an active ITB injury you cannot do this one this will irritate it you want to roll and stretch and you want to work on the glute max first so पहले वाला sequence दिखा रहा हूँ okay वो करो when you are ready for it when the pain is subsided quite a bit you will do this okay so timing is important when you do which exercise
So
as a rule of thumb you don't do this now as a rule of thumb you want to make sure the tightness goes away so do the foam rolling stretching trigger point release first then address strength okay cool we've gone way over our time yeah ek there is so much na so wo to all day we can be here so I hope you guys found this useful anything what did you learn one or two things that you think you'll implement from today stretching
Stretching for only 30 seconds
yes
or a minute.
yes
That
that one.
cool down.
Yes, from a pull down.
Foam
What else?
rolling,
Foam rolling daily.
Daily.
Like Ketan said, daily.
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 Yes.
What else?
Proper running shoes.
Running shoes. Running shoes के लिए we do assessment for you guys. Let Push know whenever you want to come in. We will schedule that in 1 hour. You come in your shorts or running gear. Bring your running shoes. If you have 3 running shoes, you bring all 3 running shoes. Okay, let's analyze. उसमें weaknesses भी समझेगा what is weak, what is tight. So that you can let Pushpu know. We'll do it in this coming week if possible. Gait analysis. Gait analysis, yeah. That's the best starting point for runners. At least, so Munir, like the group that we are associated with, every runner when they join, they will go through a gait analysis in the beginning before they even get into serious running. So that all these things are taken care of पहले से. तो injury का wait नहीं करना है हमको ना. We want to prevent it to begin with. So they do it once every year. Why? Because foot change होता है. I went from a complete collapse of the right arch after my second delivery. My right arch fully collapsed. I put myself in insoles. I did my exercises. In 6 months, my arch came back. So if I were to continue to use insoles, I would have had problems. Na? So it's feet change sometimes as quickly as 1 to 2 months. So don't keep using the same shoe over and over. It's important to assess and analyze that. What else? One takeaway. Some points both Anything else?
Addressing the injury.
Be mindful
Sooner than later.
Be mindful of
Listening to the body.
Listening to it.
Stop.
Yes.
Address it.
Right.
So one thing I don't know out of syllabus maybe.
Out of
So
syllabus.
yeah, so I have pain on the cap basically while I'm driving. So
Yeah, that looks like more of a quad.
after the
tightness.
clutches,
Quad tightness. Quad overuse हुआ है. So you do your foam rolling for the quad and stretching that I showed you. Do that straight for 1 week. Daily twice. If you're treating an injury, exercises twice a day होना चाहिए. And after that, do ice pack wherever the pain is. इतना aggressively करोगे तो in 1 week you'll get results.
and when you talk about ice packs, if you can just elaborate a little.
Okay.
Ice packs generally you want the one which is flexible. You don't want the kadak wala. I'll show you what it is. Okay, only if it is flexible it's going to get to the area properly. Okay, and if it is the knee, then you want to make sure that it's around the knee and you tie it so that there is proper absorption.
When they say that cold long hands,
Too long if you keep ice on hand. 5 to 10 minutes is all we need. 10 minutes rakho. If it is a small joint, then 5 minutes is good enough. But if it is a bigger joint and more muscles, then 10 minutes is good. So do the exercises and I expect that's point number 1. Use a flexible one. Use it with some kind of compression. 3 times a day is needed. Okay. Any questions?
any shoes you want to say for standing shoes or for those who are flat feet or some
Type of shoes?
I'm using right now GE2000 on assets.
Okay. So, see, I have not assessed you, huh? So it's hard to say, but generally for flat foot, again, flat foot maybe you could be a rigid flat foot, or it could be a flexible flat foot. If you are a flexible flat foot, then stability shoe is correct. If it's a rigid flat foot by birth, then sometimes that causes too much pain and then it's not advisable. So it depends on that also. So that we can assess. Okay? All good?
Thank you.
Yes, you are.
Quite informative.
Thank you.
Generally speaking, Nike is good, you know. Nike.
All shoes are good. All brands are good.
No, you should like Asics should basically are more suited with the broad.
Nikes are good for people who are a little bit lightweight and who are not overpronating, because Nike is made to find a good stability shoe is tough. Most of their shoes are made for the neutral runner and they are made narrow. So if your forefoot is wide, then Nike is a little bit risky.
They call it structure.
What about carbon plate nowadays? They are putting in a carbon plate or carbon plate. What is it? Marketing gimmicks.
I have an out of syllabus question.
Yes.
So are you aware of a near citizen, senior citizen group of women who are into this? Sort of a community.
You want to join
Yeah.
running ke liye na?
Walking, say,
Walking,
so now back to running.
Why senior citizens? Any group of women.
मेरा endurance भी कम हो जाता है and I don't want to get demotivated with all these girls.
I got it. वो होता है अच्छा.
आगे भागते तो क्या उसके उनके कंपैरिजन में we push ourselves and then what
If you have right guru, will always motivate you. It will never change.
No, but I know my own limitations now, no?
You can upgrade it slowly.
I'll find out. You live in this area.
I live in Santa Cruz. If you remember, I've been in touch with you for quite some time. Rajesh and Moon, you remember?
Oh yeah.
I also live in Santa Cruz only.
हाँ?
Santa Cruz.
Actually, तो Santa Cruz में बताओ ना फिर उसको.
Santa Cruz, I
I've
also
never done.
following Bombay running, so I come over here.
Bombay running हाँ तो they run everywhere, but that is little advanced. फिर उसमें push करेंगे unnecessarily.
उसमें junior level नहीं है क्या? KG kindergarten club.
You will need a new runners group, like a beginner.
I stopped because I got condo Malaysia, then sedentary work style, long hours. फिर वापस मैंने Skechers walk से चालू किया.
हो जाएगा. हो जाएगा.
So is there any gluten and
That's small. Little breath.
You can take this
Yeah.
Then you upgrade it.
You're on supplements, knee supplements.
So I don't take any supplement, but I'm on my vitamin supplement.
For knee, nothing specifically.
Qualified medical, so I can manage myself. It's only this I need this group.
You can take
I'll see if I can find somebody for you. Okay.
Can you message me? I posted my name on that group.
What is your name?
Vitamin D and calcium tablets will do for supplement as a supplement.
Vitamin D and calcium. पहले check करो, parameters check करो. Don't blindly take anything. Get a blood test done. एक blood test करो. You need me to look at it or show your GP family physician.
So B and B12 will start receding. How do you know it? When you start getting fatigued, start getting tired, lazy, lethargic. तो ये सब जब चालू हो रहा है, you should start. AC में ठंडा लगता है. नॉर्मल एसी में. जब नॉर्मल लोगों को नॉर्मल लगता है तो हमको ठंडा लगता है.
Posture stiffness is normal, right?
What?
Posture stiffness.
Stiffness, some amount of stiffness is normal.
It's always
Do
normal.
foam rolling, do foam rolling. Or if you're not hydrating yourself, then that means your fascia is tightened already. So hydrate.
Just want to show you this in my report.
How about this
Sure.
fasten up tablets for the free
Oh, supplements तो बोलना ही मैं भूल गई. So we do have some proteins which are, this is an Ayurvedic based protein. This fasten up everybody knows. This of course is the woman one, but very good. I'm on their panel, so if anybody needs discount code, then let me know. I will hook you up with that. But definitely do things to support, whether it is reload, it is there during run. During run.
Post run also. Pre-run also.
Pre-run also they have. So they have a lot of good ones which are easy to consume. And or कुछ नहीं तो electron तो करो.
So can we consume that pre-workout anti-stomach also is fine?
It's fine.
What about gel and all? Gel.
Gels are not a fan of.
Yeah, it's
That brings me to the same question. So traditionally, मतलब gels और ये सब very recent है. So people 50 years back when they used to know what they used to have. I
करता है
heard
ना सब.
people used to carry bananas tucked in their t-shirts and dates
Oranges,
and
oranges.
But electrol is a complete electrolyte balance के लिए that works. Electrol.
Jelly is good. Jelly.
jelly.
So we take a group photo. Then I have to also leave. I have something to do. Group photo. Where we take the photo? अभी बंद कर दो.